But this might be a good spot, Mitch, to transition into
Yeah.
our next topic, which is Doug Weight Hockey 2.0. And some of the positives is they are scoring, right? Like this is very reminiscent of 2017, 2018. They're scoring goals. Matthew Barzal was over a point per game in his first season. It was more fun brand style of hockey. But with that, there are definitely some negatives. And I think it's part of the reason why they're 2-3 right now. I have a couple that are standing out to me off the top of my head, but I want to toss to you. Where do you want to start here?
The first thing I can think of is that I get why Patty is playing fun and loose. I get it. But you still have to have defensive structure. And the fact that we have no defensive structure is really bad. It looks bad. The results aren't great, right? We can't keep winning games 5-4. It's just not sustainable in any way, shape, or form. And
No.
I understand, like, we're probably not a playoff team. But you still don't want to have to outscore your problems every night. That's just not a fun thing psychologically for most of the people involved, especially your goalies. And Patty's got to know that.
And Patty's got to know that, which is honestly a good transition into. I have two stats that I want to share. In a way connected, in a way also not. So the New York Islanders have allowed the most number of high danger shots against. They're number one in the league with 18 high danger shots against at 5-on-5, which obviously that's not a spot you want to be. I think that tends to show that you have some structural problems or even some problems defensively. At the same time, they're not getting good goalie play from their number one in Ilya Sorokin. He is negative 2.3 goals saved above expected, which is 56th out of 62 qualifying goalies. So that's not good. Obviously, I think number one, obviously, Ilya Sorokin has to be better. Like there are obvious goals that he is not saving that he should be. But they are also opposing teams are also just getting tons and tons of golden opportunities against the Islanders goalies.
Yeah, in all situations, they have allowed 16 high danger chances against, as you said 15, but it's 16 in all situations. So it's not a whole lot worse outside of 5-on-5 or better even. And that's the worst in the league. There's no one worse. Expected goals against per 60, 3.08. Only the Sharks and Ducks are worse. The Sharks and Ducks. That should tell you a lot. Penguins next at 304. Blackhawks after that, 289. We are within the laughable crew of the NHL, which is fine in a way, but you can't. It shows the fragility of this system.
Yes,
or if you can even argue there is one, because you can't play to 3 expected goals against per game. You're supposed to win games 3-2. Keep in mind these expected goals against, I believe, are in all. Sorry, that's only 5-on-5. Let me bring up all situations. I bet you it's going to even be worse. I think it's like 4 something. In all situations, the Islanders have the worst expected goals against per 60 in the NHL at 4.28.
Oh, that's not good. That's really not good.
No other team is above 4. No other team is above 3.89, actually, and that's Buffalo, by the way.
That's a tough situation to put your goalies in. And again, that's not me wiping the slate clean with Ilya Sorokin. Like Ilya Sorokin has to be better. It's both. That's my point is that it's both are an issue right now, and why we're seeing so many goals. One, the defensive structure is horrible, and they're letting up, huge opportunities multiple times a game. On top of that, the number one goalie isn't playing well at all right now.
No, absolutely. You're absolutely right. Like if Ilya Sorokin stopped 1 goal above expected every game throughout the entire season, so have an 82 goals saved above expected, he would still, or the team would have still allowed 3.28 expected goals. So we'd still have to score 4 goals every night to win. And while we talked earlier about we have scoring depth, that's scoring depth, and we're happy at 3.2 goals per game. That's still not winnable hockey in this system.
Nope.
That's not okay, man. And so, like, Sure, score. You've got to score goals to win games. Absolutely. But it's really ridiculous to see that there's absolutely no structure here. And it's not to say that while they're kind of good, there's some strength here. There isn't. They're laughably the worst defensive system in the NHL. And it's not even close. Again, 4.28 expected goals against per 60 is the worst by 0.4 goals against. The only other team, the next worst team, that's the way to say it, is Buffalo.
It's not a good place to be. And that, I have a take. It's kind of a twofold take.
Okay.
Long term,
yeah,
don't think there's a place to be, right? Like, I don't want the Islanders to play this brand of hockey and think like, yeah, this is how we're going to win games for like the foreseeable future.
Right.
In the microscopic lens view of just watching the rest of this season, like, we both were very, very clear that we don't have expectations for this year.
Right.
So we're going to see a lot of goals. The defense isn't going to play well, and there's going to score a lot of goals going back on the Islanders' way. That said, in a year, 2 years from now, beyond, when you're looking to be competitive again, I don't think this is the recipe for success for this team. That's not to say they got to play full, 2019 Barry Trotz hockey. I'm not, saying that, but they need to be significantly more balanced. And that is something that makes me a little bit nervous right now. I don't know if Patrick Waugh can be that coach for them.
No, yeah, that's certainly a good way to put it. Like, I don't know if Patty can do that and find the balance between Doug Weight and Barry Trotz. And if you happen to lean more Doug, but you still got some Barry, fine. Or the opposite. But right now, it really seems like it leans more towards Doug Weight, which can be fine if you bring in a little bit of Barry, baby. That's okay too. And maybe it's too early to see it. Maybe he doesn't have the personnel to do it. He certainly doesn't on the defensive end.
No.
But even Colorado's got to play a little bit of defense, right? If that's what you want to do, is mimic basically what Colorado is doing, cool, great, free-flowing hockey. But even they have to play a little bit of defense, and they do that. So you can't come here and say, like, let's just muck it up, or not even muck it up. Let's just play north-south hockey and just see what happens. There's got to be some defensive structure here, and it's the underlying numbers show that we don't, and even just the eye test shows that we don't. Like, how many times have we said, like, Ryan Pulock's not facing the right way, or not going in the right direction? And not just him, but other ones, right? It's not just a crap on Ryan Pulock specifically, but other defensemen. It really just seems that they're kind of not sure where they need to be. There's got to be a simpler answer out there. Like, Barry Trotz is able to do it like this with the same players, sure, earlier in their careers, but he wasn't asking them to do a bunch of skating, north-south. It was, do your job defensively, clear the puck, and get it to the other guys. They should still be able to do that at their age.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. And I think it's a good point on you, by the way, to bring up the personnel. Who knows? Like, maybe, if they are better, have the better personnel in a year or two, we start to see the numbers look a little bit better. I just don't think your plan could be, we're going to let in the most goals against and score, be 10th in the league in scoring and expect to be a good team. Like, I just don't think it's going to work.
No, and that was the thing with the Barry Trotz system, is that, sure, teams played in our end a lot, but even Barry was said, I'm fine to let you play hockey in our end, but I'm not giving you anything. I'm not giving you anything of quality, right? You can take all the shots from the perimeter you want, but I'm not giving you anything inside. Whereas we're just kind of like, we just want to get it out, and we haven't really thought of how to defend the center of the ice, the slot. And we're giving up all these chances, and you're going, well, you brought it up there with the high danger chances. Like, that's exactly what's happening. We're not protecting the house. We're not protecting the slot in any way, shape, or form. And so teams are like, okay, we come in, we shoot, and then Ilya Sorokin's got to be like, guys, what the frick's happening here? I can't stop this all.